There's a good chance that the safest thing that you're doing with your money is actually quietly the most expensive thing that you could be doing. You see, parking your money that you won't need for years in savings, and it's basically just shrinking in the background, even if you are getting some good interest rates on it. And it's not the gamblers who lose out here, it's actually the sensible ones who thought that they were playing it safe. And here's the odd bit. Take a pound put away in 1975. Today it buys you, guess what? About 7 pence of what it would have bought back then. You see, 93% of it has gone, nibbled away by inflation, one quiet year at a time. So no letter arrived, no one took it away in one hit. It just faded away really slowly, whilst the balance sat there looking absolutely fine. Now, this isn't me telling you that cash here is a villain. A slice of it genuinely belongs in savings, and I will get to that later on in the video. And this is the kind of thing that you want more of. Do hit the subscribe button and give the video a like, and stick with me and you'll see why the safe option costs so much, and a single figure that shows you how ordinary this slip up has become, and the easy way to divide your money so it stopped just draining away. So let's start with why cash bleeds value. So to most people, savings feel like the no risk choice, and for money that you're going to spend soon, that is absolutely true. But there's a second risk, and it's hiding in plain sight, and it's the one that's eating the careful saver alive. So right now, prices are climbing at around 2.8% according to the Office of National Statistics. And the very best easy access accounts pay a touch above that, around 3-4%. And if you go hunting for the leader, you can get maybe a little bit more than that. So on paper, you might think that you're absolutely winning. But as always, there is a snag. Now, hardly anyone's money is actually in any of the leading accounts. What tends to happen is that it's stuck in some old account or a current account paying basically nothing, whilst your prices are marching up every single year. So take a tired old account on about 1.5%, and then knock off inflation at 2.8%. So you're not just treading water, you are slipping back by more than a penny in every pound every single year. The number on the statement edges up, but what it buys just keeps shrinking. And the sheer size of that is hard to believe. So we're talking something like £360 billion parked in cash ISAs alone in this country. And Fidelity, who are an investment manager, crunched the numbers and found that across 2025, British savers watched about £17.6 billion of real value just evaporate, chewed up because prices outran the interest that they were earning. So, this isn't the kind of crash that's going to make the 6 o'clock news. It's basically just a slow leak, and most people never even get to hear the hiss of it. You see, give it time and the gap this opens up gets far wider than people may imagine. So picture someone tucking £1,000 a year into a cash ISA ever since they launched in 1999. The investment firm AJ Bell followed exactly that. So the cash version lands at £36,290. The same payments in a fund tracking global companies climbs to a whopping £92,349. And in North American funds, if you just invested there, they actually reached 127,887. So more than treble the cash pile. There's an identical saver, identical discipline, identical monthly habit, and a gulf at the finish line. So this isn't a small change. It's a holiday every year versus the mortgage being cleared. And that's my honest take after watching so many people do everything by what they thought was the textbook. Many people are cautious too often. To my mind, the ISA is the most wasted tool in retirement planning, and hoarding cash is a big part of why. You see, people shovel money into a cash ISA because it feels like the grown-up thing to do, and all the while, all it's doing is it's shielding them from the very growth that they should be counting on. So the figure on the statement never drops, so nothing seems amiss. And that's precisely why this one thing hides so well. The harm never shows up as a number going the wrong way. So why does cash lose out so dependably over the long haul? Well, it's a bit like carrying ice cubes around in your coat to save for July. They feel solid enough now, but they're melting the whole time that you're not looking. And by the time you reach for them, well, there's nothing left. The cash does the very same thing to your buying power, slowly, silently, year after year. So take every 10-year window since the late 1980s, UK shares beat inflation roughly 95% of the time. Cash pulled it off only about half the time. So across a decade, cash is nearly a coin toss than a sure thing. So for money that you won't touch for years, safe is the word quietly doing the harm. And it's not that cash never comes out on top, it's just that over the long term, the deck is stacked firmly against it. And that's Fidelity's research, and it squares with everything I've watched play out over the years. Now, as ever, here's a catch, and it's exactly why I'm not telling a soul to empty their savings account. So some of your money should absolutely be sat in cash, a rainy day fund, an emergency fund, enough to cover several months of spending, more obviously once you've retired. And it belongs in the best paying easy access accounts that you can find. And every month we do a video on this channel where we highlight what some of the best rates are, so do have a look for that. And that part itself, isn't a mistake. The mistake is leaving big sums in cash for years with no plan, money that you won't touch for decades, sitting right where it slowly just withers away. And this next figure shows just how ordinary that mistake has become. You see, the Financial Conduct Authority found that more than 6 in 10 savers sitting on £10,000 plus keep almost all of it in cash. And that's climbed from 55% just 4 years before. So the habit is tightening its grip, not loosening it. So if that is you, you're not the odd one out. You're just doing what most other people are doing, and that's the trouble. There's a fuller write-up of all of this on our website, financialeducation.co.uk, if you fancy digging into the details later on. But the quick version is the one I'd give someone sat across from me. See, the ones who get stung here aren't the risk takers. They're the cautious ones who played it safe for 2 decades. So nobody ever warned them that being sensible with the wrong pot for too long is a loss all on its own. What happens is that they built a big cash pot precisely because they're careful, and that same instinct, left alone for 10 years, quietly turned against them. And if there's one thing I want you to carry away from this, it is that. So the move that ties all of this together is dead simple. Sort your money by the calendar by which you'll actually spend it. So anything that you're going to want over the next few years should stay in cash, and it should be in the sharpest account that you can find. And anything you won't lay a finger on for say 5 years or more is the money I would treat differently, because that's the pot of cash that is probably quietly costing you. So this isn't the price of taking a gamble, it's the price of leaving long-term money where it can't grow. So that's £36,000 versus £128,000 crap that I showed you earlier on. And get that division right, then you've turned the slow, silent drain into something quietly pulling for you. Now, I genuinely like to know where your long-term money is sat right now, and is it grafting as hard as you would like? Do leave it a comment below. And if this has helped you, please do give the video a like and do subscribe to our channel. And if there's a question you'd like me to tackle, please leave it in the comments below. Finally, good luck and goodbye.